said, you can go digging for your tip, you know. I mean, we didn't mean to be nasty, but certainly, our money was as good as anybody else's, and we really weren't that loud or noisy. But if she really didn't want to serve
Right.
us, why the hell should we have to tip her,
That's true. Well, listen, Mark, I think we had a wonderful show tonight. We had our friend Lisa call. We
Yeah.
played a lot of nice
No one told
songs.
me.
Yeah, we even got angry at each other again.
Let me tell you something. I heard you guys bickering through the song.
Well, sometimes I think we
do it on purpose a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we turn off the microphone. Sometimes we just go at it.
Well, no, she has to understand. In fact, our listeners have to understand that we have tried so many different combinations of headsets with microphones that each one gets turned off in a different way, and it's pretty easy to forget not, to turn it off, So,
Right.
What can I say? But I think it adds
It
adds color to the
a little comedy.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if nothing else, we are very comical.
You talk about when we're talking about oldies, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, those are oldie conversations.
Yes, and I thought that the Firebirds, or whatever they are, were a perfect group to sing oldies. The two songs they sang were definitely oldies. And Felix is trying to say that the other song or two from the other groups were considered oldies because of the type of music it was. And I tried to say that it wasn't really. But then again, I have to admit, he was looking for folk music. But folk music was very different from the folk music that we're used to listening to. In the case of IPLUGGERS,
Isn't folk music, to me, folk music is like bread, like from like the early 70s.
no, bread is easy listening, soft, easy listening, But I mean, folk music is like folk singers, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Phil Oakes. Those were, the Weavers. Those were folk singers, but in IPLUGGERS, folk music means a certain country, like that Wiala from Ghana. Okay, she was supposed to be a folk singer, but I think it was more like folk music from her country. And the same thing with that band from New Mexico that got there through wherever they came from. But they were singing, Felix said it reminded him of Cancun, so
Right.
Definitely not the folk music that I certainly grew up with.
No.
I tell you, it made when you started to play that Latin music, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, I'm back in Miami, because that's what you hear in Miami too.
Wait a second. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little bit of this song. It's also part of the folk music. Guy's name is Sean Howard. Let's see what he sounds like.
Softly in the silence there came a drifter Creek girl on a trail of tears one winter's day. Why she was lost I did not
He's definitely telling a story.
There's a thought that seems to arrive every time in me, arise in me.
What do you think?
She's a kind
Lisa?
heart
I don't know.
with a warm soul. She launched 1,000 ships in me, and it's not as though I cannot see She's a kind heart with a
Well, Sean Howard, we're going to cut you off short, and we will continue playing you on Friday, because it is getting late. But that's more like folk music.
I would definitely.
Look,
he's definitely telling a story.
I felt like I was on the front porch on a swing.
He calls himself country and folk music. Easy listening.
Easy listening, and it certainly is easy listening.
Well, listen.
Yeah, put a pair of overalls on and sit on the swing on the porch.
You know, and he needs a blade of grass, a straw, you know, in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got well, we got another one also, an oldie. I don't know how old it is, but
you have another one of his songs?
No, this is a different song. We got plenty of his songs, but this one.
What? I don't know.
You've heard the song many times.
God bless America.
You like this song. I don't think it's so great.
You must know the
It's not great.
It's a country western version of God Bless America. Again.
Wash her pretty face.
You heard the song before?
I'd rather listen to Irving Berlin's God Bless America.
Different song completely.
Well, no, it's God Bless America again.
You know, I wish God would bless America again, like he did way back there when it all began. He blessed her then, but we sort of took it for granted and didn't ask again. So let's just kind of hold her hand now, that's all. In case she stumbles, let's don't let her fall.
This guy's a typical redneck.
Tex Ritter.
Well, that's what I don't care. Yeah, actually, I thought it was Tex Ritter, but I mean, who is he to say that, America is not the America that it was? That's his opinion.
It isn't.
But actually, I liked his son. John, I thought it was really funny. John Ritter.
Yeah.
And now he has a son who's acting for quite a number of years already. Been on a couple of different shows.
Anyway, are we gonna hear from you on Friday, Lisa?
Friday. What's Friday? Yeah, I think so. I guess so. Yeah.
All right.
Flashback Friday.
No plans for Friday.
Flashback Friday.
I'm actually going to rest. I have to rest up on Friday because I have a full day on Saturday. I'm going to a block party. Go to bed. Okay, go to bed. What are you doing now? It's 10:30.
By the way, before we forget, good luck with your shots tomorrow.
Thank you.
And as always, thank you for calling.
Thanks for calling, and thanks for letting us know that we were coming across. We were very audible tonight. Okay, sometimes we just never know.
The best I've ever heard.
Great. All right.
All righty. Have a good night.
Thank you again.
Thank you. You do the same.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. That was Elisa, one of our...
Well, Felix, I guess I'll say good night to you.
Mark, I'll say good night to you then.
And we have a couple of days to think about Flashback Friday.
Yeah, right?
Our religious Flashback Friday.
All righty. Sounds good to me. But it is late. And we will.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the Donald not feeling he has to apologize to God for anything,
Yep. All righty. So that'll be the end of us for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.
Enjoy the rest of the evening and have a good couple of days.
Thank you again, and good night.